So seasonal relative is the number we capture. So every March we have a more or less sales, but how much is it? So relative is usually how much we have to multiplicative seasonal. So how much we have to multiply. So once you figured it out the seasonal relative, and then what you can do is you can seasonalize data. So you just get rid of the seasonal effect by dividing the number, divide by the seasonal relative. So your graph has something like this, but because of this fluctuation is by seasonality, then you can flat out get rid of the seasonal effect. Or you can utilize this seasonality for forecast, because the next period is like a winter period. What will happen? We will adjust our trend by multiplying the seasonal relative. So I will show you how we capture the seasonal relative. First one is the central moving average. So now what we're trying to capture here is every day in week, right? Maybe restaurant has this kind of the pattern. Every day of week, the number of customers are all different, because we don't go to the restaurant that many like on Monday, Tuesday, right? But we go to the restaurant on Friday or Saturday a lot. That's keep repeating, right? But not exactly, because the number of customers will affected by a lot of different things, right? Not only the day of the week, but we trying to capture what is repeating every week. So what you can do is you can just calculate the moving average. So moving, but this is centered. So I want to find out what is the Friday effect. You gonna calculate the 1 week. This is a completely 1 week, right? It's a Monday, Tuesday to the Monday, so complete 1 week, and then you place the center as Friday, and you calculate the average, add up and divide by 7. That's your average for the Friday, right? And then you calculate the 70. 70 is the 70 is how calculated as the 70.85 is in this way. You average from here to here, so that's the Saturday is the center, and you just calculate the average of these numbers. That's the 70.85, and you keep moving down, and you calculate it. So how you got this number is the 98. Right, 98 divided by 71.857. So actually on Friday, what is our sales is 98, but including before and after, including the before and after, the average sales was a 71.85, but actually we got a 98, which means our sales happening more. How much more is a 1.5, 1.36 more? This means it's 36% more. Okay, some days like a Sunday, our sales is pretty small. So Sunday case, right? Sunday case. Sunday is a center, so plus 3 and after 3 you calculate it, and then calculate the average. That's the average. So on average, before 3 days, after 3 days, including the Sunday, average is about 70, but actually our sales is only 36. So this is about half, 50% less. So you are keep calculating that way. And then what we're gonna do is we calculate, actually you will have a lot of data here, right? You can get a lot of them. And then you collected only the Friday factors, right? Friday factor, and then later you calculate the Friday factor, and you will have all different, but how can I get Friday factor seasonal relative is the just calculating the average. Right? Average of the seasonal, this is the seasonal relative. Right? So you will have a different number, so you can simply calculate the average. Then you can say that averaged number is, so you can say that's the Friday seasonal relative. So usually Friday we have a more sales, and Sunday we have a less sales. That was the central moving average method, and this one is the you just calculate everything's average. This is everything's average. Okay, this 71.5714 is the average of a whole every number. Now you calculated about the total average. We got a little bit more, so you calculated the ratio 75 divided by the total average, and then you can find it is about 4.7% more than the total average. So you have another Wednesday. Wednesday you have a 1.0199. This number is calculated by 73 divided by again this same number 71.5714. And you have another Wednesday here, right? So this number is 76 divided by 71.5714. You don't have a Wednesday. So when you trying to calculate the seasonal relative of Wednesday, right? Seasonal relative of the Wednesday, you can just calculate the average of is a 1.0479 and 1.01996, and this one is 1.06187624. Right? In this way you can calculate it. So you how we can choose a denominator is different. So you can just use a total average and using a denominator, or you can use the central moving average to put it center, and then same amount future, same amount of past, and then you calculate the average. That average will be the denominator. Right, this is the average of these numbers. So this can be a denominator. So denominators keep changing, or you can simply calculate the every data's average, and then you use that average as a denominator for all calculation. Selected any number here. This is just the average of the 3 days before to the 3 days. You calculate the same way. These days, 3 days before and 3 days later altogether, so average is about 70.7, but I sell 99, so actually that is about 40% more. So once you want to find out what is the seasonal relative of Friday, then you can simply calculate the average of this, no, this is not a relative, this and this and this, and you can tell the seasonal relative of Friday is 1.348. Okay, then how can I use this one is that you calculated a trend here, right? Obviously this one has a, okay, we'll insert the chart, right? And as you can see, there is a clear the seasonality, and then you selected and then you created a trend line. Trend line is slightly going down, and I'm gonna choose the equation, right? Right. So next period, how can I forecast is that I can type in the next one is 22. If you plug into the 22 by trend, I can forecast is the minus 0.3 plus 75.657, right? By trend, next point will be 67, but that is a trend. It's ignoring the seasonality. But by seasonality, this is a Tuesday. Next one is Tuesday. We can collect the Tuesday effect. So let's see, the Tuesday effect is this one. So I will find out seasonal relative of Tuesday. Average of the Tuesday, this one, comma, Tuesday, this one, comma, no, we don't have a, we have only the two Tuesdays here. Right, and then yeah, we will just calculate the average of two of them. So this is the seasonality. So seasonal relative is this one. So if you just add trend times seasonal relative will be 67.4862, but usually Tuesday we have a little less, about 15% less. So we are multiplying this one, and you can expect that will be the 58, which means it's around here. Right? That's pretty reasonable because it's going up, and then this is going up, but still less than the average. So in this way, you can use a trend and seasonality, and when there's a clear pattern of the seasonality, we can utilize trend and seasonality and then make a forecast.